Okay, sorry for the little bit of a bounce here. I've got a new camera stand, and it's on like a big metal wire, and it's not quite as stable as I'd hoped it would be. But it was cheap, so making progress. At least this way you won't get motion sickness watching my videos. But made a few new cars, wanted to show them off, and now you can see my hands. Ooh. Yeah. So yeah, this is a slime truck I made. Wheels I 3D printed myself, and they're probably one of the last few things I'm going to be 3D printing for a while, because my printer has starting to die. It's a Photon S, and the like the bottom right hand screen, the LCD pictures, it's not coming in right. It's like flickering in and out. I probably could print stuff off on it still, because I think the rest of the screen would print, but I'm a little leery of trying it unless I absolutely have to. So, and I'm also scared of trying to change out the LCD screen. I've seen the replacement ones, and I could get the replacement ones, but I'm not that technically involved. But anyway, this is a slime truck. It's got a wrecking ball, and it's got a front ram, and got a lady with a sword and a shotgun. And so this one's going up on the store, and it's just a good basic slime truck for smashing into things and bouncing off of things, and it's really cool. The wrecking ball here was made from basically two Hot Wheels wheels that I glued together, and then I sanded them smooth, so it's like one big thing. And and then it's got real chains, so it'll swing. And this moves up and down. And so show it off a little bit more. But let me know if you like this better than me just holding the camera and showing things off. But I'm also hoping that because my hand won't be over the microphone so much, you won't have that moments where my voice goes in and out. And I got this one here, and this is just one of those little cheap classic car things. It ended up looking really good. It's got a front machine gun, front ram, and it's got one of my favorite things in the world, dualies. I love putting dualies on cars, especially post-apocalyptic cars. And so, and get up here and you can see the gun a little bit better. Big drum barrel gun, driver, and he's on the right hand side, so this is a British car. But that right there is a rub-on transfer, and it's just like doing the tattoo method I do, and but instead of using water, you just press the image down and then rub it onto the model, and it works out just fine. And just seal it with Mod Podge like always, and you've got a perfectly good design, and it works great, especially on flat surfaces like that. And then we got this one here. This one's also going to the store. I think someone's going to really like this one. This is the Murder Hornet. Basically, I painted this up like one of those Japanese hornets. And this is one of those Zero trucks. And they're a little pricey. They're like $5 to $7, but they come with a stupidly big, large gun that works. You can, it's great for like a BFG. And you get a set of 4 big off-road tires, a chassis, and lots of little RAM and There's like an accessory part that usually goes on the back. That's great for a dropper weapon or a nitrous. So when I've got the extra money, I pick them up occasionally. And so this one was shaped like a bee. So I had a couple spare front skis from Hot Wheels snowmobiles that I cannibalized for tank tracks. And so I made the skids on this, and this comes off. So you can see here it's just basically paper craft and some flat bits to build the chassis and the exhausts. And the base is an X-Wing base. I just painted it up and put some sand on it, painted it. Yeah, it works out really good. And it's got the little arrow mark, so you can always know which way to have this thing facing. So, even though it does kind of matter that much in this game. But, so yeah. Side dropper, and this is, like I said, I'd use this as a gyrocopter, but it's on sale on my Etsy store, and I'll post the link to that if you've never seen my Etsy store. It's King of Cats Crafts. And then there's this one. This is a crazy boy, not a lazy boy, a crazy boy. This is a performance car. This is a good one for Warden or Slime, really. It's spiky. I got those little spiky wheel well things from Creepy Hero, and I love them. They're perfect, and I use them a lot in my builds. And I got a little minigun on the hood and rear mounted ram, or you could use that as a grabber too. But and 3D printed exhausts and wheels. It's copper, pink, and gray. It's a little bit of an odd color, but I figured with it being like a Warden vehicle, they just painted it whatever colors they could find. And you can see here, there's like a little. Let's see here. I'll figure it out here in just a second. How do we get this though? You can see the little gremlin monster. Yeah. Where's it better, that one? Yeah. So, there we go. I'll figure out the camera here in a minute. So we can just laugh at my mistakes. My early mistakes. But window mesh again came from, Alex. I've sold this a couple videos before, but if you've just now watching my videos, I got the window screen material from my front storm door, because the puppy ran through the storm door and took all the material off of it. So I cut it up into these little squares, and it's great window mesh material. So I guess if you've got a spare screen door laying around, you've got plenty of mesh material. And I got this one here. Got these wheels off of Temu, and they're alright. And so this here is a car with flamethrower and some skulls I got from Finn's Custom Diecast. Matter of fact, I think the flamethrower is from Finn's as well. And it's just the old, it's the Ice Charger, but it's got a green and gray color scheme. I'm not really sure how good it's catching the color, but we've got this like serpent logo here. Yeah. And Roman numerals on 4. This is a good one for Cult of the Inferno if you don't want to paint a car in flames all the time. And or you can even use it as slime with the spikes at the back. You can have that as a ram, side ram. But I like how this one turned out. This is also going to the store, and I think someone's going to really like that one. And another vehicle for the store is my car of the month video. I mean, my car of the month car. And that's the Jumping Spider. So yeah, I'm going ahead and selling this one. Mostly because I'm not the biggest fan of spiders. But it is a little on the cute side. Again, this is the face off of one of those Zero trucks. That's shaped like a spider, and I used its legs and front legs and rear legs for the thing. And the theme is Walker, so it's, and you can see it walk. The idea of it walking, you know, chasing down prey, and boink, bouncing. But used pictures of real jumping spiders and kind of just put everything together. And so you can see here, pull it up here so we can get it. Come on. Yeah. No fly zone. I thought that was cute. We got the crew in there. And so yeah, this is like a peridot green and blue sapphire metallic. And gold and orange leggings. But I think it looks okay. It's got the whole 8 eyes and everything, and the little fangs for injecting acid or something whenever it hits something. So I hope somebody enjoys this. I mean, I'd say they use this as a buggy with roll cage and tank tracks. You know, maybe Molotovs. There's a, you know, napalm dropper at the back. So you could also use this as a slime vehicle. You could easily say that, you know, ram, legs being rams, and big butt thing. But that one is one I think is pretty cool. And so then there's these two. And I like how these two turned out. This is what I'm keeping for myself. This is based off of one of my favorite cars. This is the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. And that's the temporary tattoo method right there on the hood. So if you get it to come in focus. Alright, there we go. So, just a weird little alien guy there. I thought it fit for the theme of the car being called a 3000 GT. You know. This does kind of glow in the dark. Not super well, but I think it turned out really well, in my opinion. So it's basically, this is a Miyazaki car with rockets, and RC car bombs are in them there to make somebody's day go bad. And so yeah, I like how this one turned out. And then this is its teammate. And this one's the Sexy Dragon. And now this is nail art decals. You see here. You can get these off of Amazon for like $5 to $6. And you get like 8 sheets of them. And so like this was dragon themes. And then I got some that were like Valentine's Day themed and Halloween for skulls and bats and stuff. And I got Cheese Sweet Home and some anime silly stuff too. But this was a Fast and the Furious Eclipse, and I mean not Eclipse. Somebody's gonna be mad at me. Lancer Evo 7. And so this has got the heavy machine guns and the oil slick dropper at the back. And got the... It's hard to see in the cars. I still haven't quite figured out how to get the lighting just right to show you the crew inside, but the crew is in matching yellow and green outfits. And so yeah, I like how this one turned out too. They make a good team. And now this one, I don't know what sponsor I'm going to use this for. I'm not even sure if I'll keep this one, but I like it because now this is like I got the model from Creepy here and on Etsy, and the model is fantastic. This is one of the best things he's made. And I added the guy on the back, and the guy on the back was a Civil War soldier. I cut off his head and added a stalker's head onto the So it's got a little more of a helmet to him. Green stuffed some hair, and made a little gold dragon flag, and this probably be a good Maxine vehicle. But see the front dragons, 21. But yeah, just two dudes in leather and jeans, out on their quad tank tracked thing, and having a good time. Probably call it the standard bearer, but I like how it looks. Also added some high elf, those little head crests on the high elves make great shoulder pads for your post-apocalyptic warriors. And I got, this is also from Creepy Hero, and on Etsy, and this is the his gyrocopter. I got printed out, and again, little X-Wing base, and I played X-Wing for years, so I've got tons of these little bases. And then I took an El Cheapo Mustang, chopped it up, bashed it up, made into some terrain for it to fly over. And so this is a highway patrol gyrocopter. You can see here with the louder siren at the front, and kind of droppers at the sides. Those are like little Lego pieces, and you can see one's red, one's blue, and then the lights for the actual police is on the wheels, so you can see red and blue lights. And on the other side it's blue and red, so it alternates. And then you got like the night vision on the front. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to putting the camera. I keep going the wrong direction. So sorry about that. We'll get used to it though. So yeah. I think another thing that's affecting the lighting is the ceiling fan above me. The 3 lights, one of them's burnt out, so it's probably also messing with everything. And then there's this one. This one, I am super happy with how this one turned out. This is a Hot Wheels vehicle, and mixed with some Final Faction parts. And you can tell it's treaded. And this is going to be a performance car with combat lasers. And it's a Michigan vehicle, and it's going to have the double shot perk. So basically fire one bank, fire the second bank of lasers. And so it looks like a stealth fighter. It looks like what Michigan would come up with, combining like a raptor and a tank. It's gorgeous. I loved how this vehicle turned out. And you can see the tail section here. See if it comes in focus. I don't know. Come in focus. Yeah, okay, I think you can see it now. You see on the other side here. Catch the glare of the desk lamp. There it goes. Yeah, you can see the red Cobra. And the glare is on the lights catching it, but it says Lieutenant Viper Pettigrew underneath the thing. And that is from a F4 Phantom kit I have. The rest of the decals just kind of like disintegrated. And it was a F4 Phantom versus like a MiG-15 kit. And so I've got the decals for both, but they're in rough shape. But I was able to get the name tags under there. And I was happy with that. And here's his wingmates. And again, these are fairly simple builds. My 3D printed wheels again. They're a mix of Lee Perry and something else, I think, that I just kind of played around with in the slicer. And so this one's got a bazooka, satellite navigation, and magnetic jammer. And so yeah, I like these big wheels on it. gives it that kind of look like it's the performance car version of that transport from Aliens. And this one here is Mortar and Mines. And Sat Nav. And this one's called the Gorgon's Kiss. It's got the kiss things on the side, and it's got the eyes and the little Medusa logo on the front. And you can tell that they're a team because this is mostly purple with green highlights, and this one is green with purple highlights. So, I like how they turned out. They're probably the two easiest ones to customize because they're pretty much just the guns and wheels swaps, pretty much. And then there's this one here, and this was another Miyazaki build, and this is based off of that Mazda Autozam. And when I saw the front end of this, I don't know if other people know this, there's this thing called Domokun, which is like this little brown square thing mascot for a station in Japan. And he's got like big mouth and sharp teeth, and I was like, when I first saw this Hot Wheels cars, I was like, that looks like that, and it's not, because I saw the real vehicle and it's like all white, and I was like, they should be brown with red mouth and funny looking eyes and everything. And so that's what I did. I painted this metallic brown, half tracked it, and I cut the suspension down so it's a little bit lower to the ground, and got the big pipes at the back. I'm calling this the Otako Strike Force, because you got the anime fan on the top with the blue hair and pistol and posing, and I got the little Cheese Sweet Home decals on there. Let's see if we can get this, pull that down so you're not getting the glare. Yeah, that thing that works better. What do y'all think? Okay, so yeah. But the wheels came off of one of those buses, like pullback button release buses. And I'm saving the big things for last because they're cool. But now this one here, I was going to sell this one and I ended up falling in love with it. But it's a Boss Mustang on a tank chassis, and I call it the Rattler. And got a guy with a spear, machine gun, turreted machine gun at that. Love the tank tracks here. The orange and the blue just really came out good. And the decals came out wonderful. And, so, yeah. Got the exhausts back here. There's no need to put anything down here because I don't ever see anything. I don't worry about that too much. And it's got the napalm dropper at the back too. Or oil dropper. You'd use it either way. If you did use this as a napalm, you'd have to use this as a submachine gun, which isn't a bad idea. And so these are armor plates from Creepy Hero, and the spoilers from Creepy Hero as well. Really liked how this one turned out, and so like I said, I'm keeping this one for myself. And yeah. So I think the Rattler is a good name for this one, or Boss Rattler. I was going to call it Solid Snake for a while, but I don't know. I still kind of think it's kind of cool. I like it. And then we get into the superhero stuff. And that's my Michigan Batman with the arc lightning cannon at the front. And still got the rocket thrusters and sat nav and all those good things. And I did the 3D printed wheels and everything, just to give it a little more wasteland flair. And gave it a Night Lords logo, because that's the closest thing in the world to actual Batman in 40K and anything post-apocalyptic. So, yeah, I mean, basically with this vehicle, straight out of the box, it's perfect for Gaslands because, you know, these were originally machine guns, but I just decided I wanted something electrical and cool, so I put the front gizmo on there, and that's actually an old 2nd edition Orc shoulder pad, the cover, the seam. And then there's this one. This one is a combination of several different models of cars. It's the Batman monster truck, the Salt Flats Hot Wheels racer. The engine's off of that, so it's got 4 engines instead of 2. It's got side droppers. These back tank tracks came from Creepy. I glued them together to make them wider, so this fits more as a monster truck. And I used a little bit smaller front wheels to make everything a little more balanced than the Hot Wheels wheels. And the big thing, of course, is you got Robin here on the top. And he's got he originally had a sniper rifle, but the barrel was so thin that every time I touched it, it broke. So I replaced it with a spear tip, so it's now a spear gun, which I guess Robin with a spear gun is... There it goes. Now it's in focus. Stay in focus. Okay. So a Robin with a spear gun is probably still very dangerous. So Batman's driving, Robin's on the top. Got a magnetic jammer on the back. And got a death ray at the front. Because of course Batman's going to have a death ray. And the Eureka perk. So, yeah. Got the Bat team from my Michigan. I know, I'm really proud with that one. And then this is the... you can get this the base of this... The basic bus here from Creepy Hero as well. But I added the scooper, added the side ram, spikes onto the tires, and the guy's hanging out. And this is a big old slime bus. And got 2 guys with submachine guns. And this is slime all the way. You got big hits found here. Good luck. And you got the propeller at the back for added speed and added chopping power to anything that tries to hit its tailgate. And yeah, you got that parking sign there, and you know, slime time. Also sponsored by Clark. I've actually never had a Clark bar. I think that's a European thing. I've never had one, so I wouldn't know. I guess it's probably good. But you have the headlights and all these skulls and stuff. A little bit of rust effects. I can see right now it's kind of hard to get this whole bus into one shot. But I got the front ram. I got some rams coming in from Finn's Custom Diecast because, again, I can't print out my own anymore. So, there we go. Maybe that'll work. Will that work? Well, at least you can see the top of it. That's been my only big fear, is that people aren't going to get to see the whole vehicle. They're just going to get to see my hands. But, yeah. But, now, the star of the show. And I have to say this because I saw Chris over at Gaslands NorCal use this exact casting. And he's using it as a bus as well. And so, that's what this is. But, so, Gaslands NorCal, this is my version of the limousine bus. So, 3D printed back wheels, some front wheels off of something, drive shaft made out of sprue, the underside pieces are from like a smaller version of an 18-wheeler trailer. So it kind of made the chassis a lot more beefed up. Got a Witchy Girl mud flap. And then what I did to make sure that the bus had 8 people was I made this fighting platform out of armor plates and yogurt lid stuff, which I learned turn yogurt lids and coffee lids. Coffee lids I like better because they're stiffer. But I learned that from Wastelands Raceway. So this one has got the 2 big miniguns at the front, and then it's got side mortars. So this is definitely a big time Rutherford vehicle. And then you've got the crow and the skull. And they might call this the Big Crow or the Old Crow. But yeah, we got the kitty cat mutant leading everything. This little weird monkey thing on his shoulder. And of course, he's got a golden pistol. That guy's got a golden pistol too. But it's Rutherford. They should have fancy good stuff. And get the old man back here with he's using a shotgun as a walking cane. But anyway, I think this turned out really well. And of course, I will need bear with me for a second, because the doors on this thing do open. They're just a pain in the rear end of it. So I use one of these so I can get the door open. It's the only way I've been able to get the door open regularly. But yeah, the doors do open. Like I said, I have to hook the door. And gotta be careful not to actually scrape the paint off with this thing. So far, it's been the only thing I can use to really get the doors open. But you can see there's a full 8 crew in this limousine. Got a guy in here with a crossbow, guy in there with a shotgun. We've got our driver, and you can kind of see his foot's a little bit missing, but that's about the only thing I had to really sacrifice to get everything to work. So he's got a stump leg. And so you kind of see in there and get the other guy in there. He's got a submachine gun too. So yeah, I really like how this one turned out. This was fun to build. This is definitely one of those vehicles I'm keeping with myself for a while. And if not forever. And I'm hoping to play with this one specifically. This is definitely one I want to play with. Upcoming in a game. And for those that are wanting to play Gaslands, if you live near the North Carolina area, the spot in Newton on April the 26th will be having a Gaslands Day. So I will put their address and stuff so you can get there in the description of this video. But it'll be April the 26th. They open up at 11 o'clock. We'll be going until everybody, I guess, is tired. Bring a 50 can to 75 can team. If we have a lot of people show up, that way we can go to 50 cans and everybody can play. But 75 is kind of where my group plays around that. So 50 to 75 is kind of a good ballpark, I guess. If we have a lot of people show up, we might even go down to 30 cans. But I'm really hoping that we got enough people. We've got enough tables to run at least 2, maybe 3 games at a time. and we've got enough gates and terrain to do 3 tables. And so I'm really hoping to get a good turnout. So if you're in the North Carolina area and you're free on April the 26th, please stop on by, bring a team, we'll roll some dice, and have some fun. But with that aside, then this kind of experimental video going, I really appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe. You're always welcome to feel free to comment on my videos. And take care, be safe, and goodbye.